Okay, so here's where the highlighters are. I think I'm going to start off with this one here. So we've got 2 crates. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to get rid of, but there should be at least 1 or 2 in there. So yeah, we've got those, and then it's on to face palettes, which I've got quite a lot of. So I've got these in here, these back here, and then there's another drawer down below. So this is the overview, which I've shown in the previous video when we did the bronzers. So yeah, let's go and do the highlighters. Right, so I'm going to try and do the exact same things I did with the bronzers. I'm going to try and swatch them. There's slightly more here than there is in bronzers. I'm not too sure how many highlighters I've got, but I'll try and do the same there. Step behind the camera and then show you, hopefully it'll be in focus, of the swatches on my arm. So first of all, let's show you this one. This one is just so beautiful. Jessica Rabbit. There she is in all her glory. So it's from Ciate and it's in the shade Roger Darling. They did a whole collection, didn't they? But this was the only thing I got from that collection, and it was because it was on sale. I just wanted to swatch. There we go. So I'm trying not to swatch the imprint away. I've only used it a few times. It's quite a nice shade though. I'll show you on the finger as well so you can know what it looks like. That's the shade there on the finger. Let's swatch it on the arm. I might have to do, because these highlighters are just so pale, I might have to do 2 or 3 swatches on my arm. So that's that one. Right, this could be messy, but next we'll swatch Revolution Pearl Lights in True Gold. I'm not too sure about it. Let's just put some in the cap and swatch it next. Right, okay. And that's that shade there. I'm really going to have to go in with at least 2 or 3 swatches with this shade. But it would make a really nice inner corner highlight. I think it's going to be one for the chopping block, you know, guys. You know, for kind of around December time. That's kind of the shade there, and kind of the shade there on my finger. You'll see them on my arm when I've done everything. So I'm probably going to do 8, and then I'll show you them. Then we've got this Model Zone one. I wanted this for the longest time. I feel like it's too dark. It's in the shade Golden Sand 01. But I've not used it that much, so again I feel like it's a chopping block item rather than a declutter. So that's what that one looks like. Then we've got the 17 Dazzle the Night. They're like pearlescent, well, it says the Shimmer Rocks. I don't know if I want to keep this because I've got something really similar in like press form, but that's what they look like, and it's pretty bulky. So what I tend to do is just swirl my brush in all of it. Oh, it's icy white. So when we get to the one that I'm thinking about keeping instead of this, I'm going to do a comparison. We'll do the comparison now because it's this one. So this is the PS Mermaid Glow. The only difference is, I'd say it's more silver than white, and the 17 Shimmer Rocks are more, looking at it, is more kind of white. Anyway, this is that. Oh, the Primark one's way more pigmented. Yeah, I think I'll be getting rid of the 17. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I've got a couple of Primark ones I want to swatch for you because, well, I'm swatching them all, but I want to show you up first. So this one was the first one I got. I'm so glad that they brought these back because I've got a palette that I've curated for myself, and I've got one of the, you'll see it when I come to do face palettes, but I've got one of the highlighters in that palette, or is it 2? 1 or 2 highlighters that I pulled out of packaging similar to this, but I'm not going to do that with this. I'm going to keep them in the packaging. But anyway, that's it there. It's a PS Golden Glow. And the dupes for the Kylie, you'll see it with the imprint now. I mean, you can see it straight away just how they're trying to dupe. I want it to show. You can see it there just how they're trying to dupe the Kylie highlighters, or Kylighters as we call them. Instead of Kylie it says Glow all over it. It's absolutely stunning. The shade of that there. And I wouldn't have thought a shade like that would suit my skin tone, but it does. It looks really, really nice. I don't actually know which one I like better. We've got the PS Beauty Rose Glow. I bought this a couple of weeks later. It's just pretty. It really is pretty. This one's got a flip to it. So it's a pink. It looks white and then it's pink. Right, so we've got 7 here. We could quite easily get away with 10, so let's do 10. Let's do 3 more. Let's do this one. This one is Technic Get Gorgeous. I can't remember what shade it is. The writing's come off the top, but it is the lightest shade that they do. I mean, you can't get any lighter than that, can you? There we go. It's really, really pretty. It's probably one of the smoothest. In fact, it is the smoothest highlighter in my collection. It's more like a finishing powder, but you couldn't use it as a finishing powder, I don't think. It like doesn't have any glitter in it whatsoever. I might be able to use it as a finishing powder. I've never tried it. So this is a setting powder. Naomi gifted it to me. It's a luminous setting powder in the shade Honey. It's far too dark for me. Ugh. And it's going everywhere. Might have to get rid of this. Look how dark that is. Looks more like a bronzer. I see why I put it in highlighters. Because it's not actually that dark when you blend it out. But it's still too dark to be a setting powder. Yeah, I think I will get rid of that. I'm sorry, Naomi. I just don't think I can make it work. Right, and then the last one, before I show you the swatches. Before I show you the swatches is the Wet n Wild Blossom Glow. And you can see him doing that whole entire thing, working around the pattern of the highlighter. Okay, let me show you. So the first one is the Ciate Roger Darling. Then we've got the Revolution, the loose one. Then we've got the Model's Own one. Then we've got the 17 Shimmer Rocks. Then we've got the Primark. Then we've got the Primark Mermaid Glow. And then we've got the Primark. Then we've got the Primark Golden Glow. Then we've got Primark Rose Glow. They look so much darker, just swatched out on the skin, because I've done 3 swatches, just so you can see them. Then I've got the Technic Get Gorgeous. It has no shade name, or if it does I can't see it. Then I've got that. Then I've got that YC powder. Can you see how that's kind of the darkest of them all? And I'm just not going to be able to get that to work as a powder or as a highlighter, so I don't really have an option but to kind of declutter that. And then I've got the Wet n Wild one there. And that's all the swatches, guys. There we go, close-up swatches. Now we've just got 11 left. So the first one is this Doll Beauty Doll Light. So that's that. And it's in the shade Like a Diamond. And that's the shade of it there. It's getting some lumps and bumps on it. So yeah, it's getting some lumps and bumps on it. I think it may be, and it's like quite powdery. I think I'm going to have to try and focus on kind of panning it, because it might be going bad. I mean, it's nice, but I don't know if I'd buy it again. So that's that one. Right, and then I've got another Wet n Wild one. This one's really nice because it's got that blusher next to it. So it's one of the Halo Glows. The writing's come off mine, but it's in the shade Highlight Bling. Yeah, it's a Mega Glow Hello Halo blush lighter. And I like this side. It really does remind me of NARS Orgasm. So I've got a couple of shades like that now. I've got a shade in a Cause palette. So I might get rid of my NARS Orgasm. I know, right? I didn't think I'd ever be saying that, but when I swatched it... So when I swatched it recently, when I was going through my powder blushes, it really didn't feel good. I'm gonna swatch both of these so you can see what the blush is like on this as well. Right, then we'll move along to Maybelline Face Studio. Right, so then we're going to move along to the Maybelline Face Studio Chrome Extreme. This one is in the shade Sandstone Shimmer. Now, they're nice. They're really, really nice, these. But it's too dark. You can see that's too dark for me. And I have used a fair chunk of it way back when I didn't really care what I put on my face. That one's getting decluttered, but I'll put it there just so I know in the order I've actually swatched them. And then I've got this. So this is the Becca, it's in the shade Opal, and this is the same deal. It's too dark for me. Great, they're starting to bang up there. You can see just how dark it is, but I've hit, you know, I've loved it, you know, I've hit significant pan on it, and it is really, really similar to the Maybelline one, just in shade. I wouldn't say in formula. I'd say the Maybelline one is actually nicer in formula. And then there was another one that I wanted to put side by side with that, and this one isn't that old. It's the CoverGirl. This is CoverGirl True Blend Super Stunner, and I really wanted this to work just because we can't get CoverGirl here. And this one is the Pearl Crush, but it's not, guys. It's just too dark. Very, very similar to those other 3 shades. And it's quite powdery as well. You'll just see how similar they are. I mean, this Declutter's going better than bronzer because there's already 3 that I'm getting rid of. But then I do have more highlighters than bronzers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and this one as well. The Pixi by Petra in Delicate Dew. So you can see that I've really tried getting this to work for me. But guys, I just can't. Like, the lighter side isn't too bad. So that's the lighter side. It's still too dark though, if you ask me. And then the darker side is far too dark. It's more of a bronze topper in my opinion. Which I could keep it and try and use it as a bronze topper. Because I don't have many glowy blushes, that might be an idea rather than being wasteful. Yeah, I think I'll try and do that chopping block then, not getting rid of. That's a surprise. I honestly thought that I'd be getting rid of it. Then we've got the Laura Gellar. And we've got the Laura Gellar in the shade Peach Glow. I think this has got to be on chopping block as well. Yeah, put that on chopping block. Then we've got a couple of Super Shocks. So we've got one that was on Project Pan last year. That one is in the shade Lunch Money. And I did quite well with it, so I'd just like to finish it off. It's still in date, it's still really, really creamy. These seem to last a lot longer than the Super Shock eyeshadows. And then I've got Stall a Show. And that one's really creamy. Got like a pink flip to it. And then we've just got 2 more. Right, so we've got this Primark one. This one is... It says it's an eyeshadow. It is an eyeshadow, I remember now. It's really nice for inner corners. But I think I'll get rid of it, you know, after I've shown you what all the swatches look like. And then I've got this Jaclyn Hill one as well. And this one is in the shade Extra. And this one will be being kept. So I've only got 2 loose powders. Oh, that one's so pretty. It's quite smooth too. It's like satin. I wouldn't say there's any sparkle in that Jaclyn Hill one. I wish I would have got a pressed one though of hers. Okay, so let me get up one last time. Right. So first highlighter there is Doll Beauty. Then we've got the Wet n Wild Halo, Hello Halo. So it's the white highlighter there and then the pinky leaning blush there. Then we've got the Maybeline highlighter next to it. Then Becca Opal. Then the Pixi by Petra ones there, both of them. And then there we've got Laura Gellar. Then we've got the Colourpop Super Shocks there, both of them. And then I've got the Primark highlighted there. And then the Jaclyn Hill one there. I don't know if you can see it though. Jaclyn Hill one's there. Primark's there. And then the two Super Shocks are there. So that's all the highlighters. Let me kind of bring you up close to each individual one. There we go. So just remember, it's as I swatched them and as I showed them to you, that's everything there. So let's quickly go through. Oh no, we've got another crate, haven't we? I thought I'd finished early. I've got another crate to get through. And then I'm not going to do face palettes. I'll do face palettes either tomorrow or Wednesday. I'm ahead anyway with putting the videos up. So yeah, I'll probably do face palettes tomorrow and then lipsticks the next day and then we're done. Right, let's put all these in here and I'll go and get the other crate. Right, so this is the final crate of highlighters I've got. I'm just going to take everything out. I think some of my favourites are in here. And definitely some of the higher end. So what I should have done is what I did with bronzers, higher end in kind of drugstore. But never mind. Right, so this is all of them. I'm going to start off with this Becca one. It's one of my least used. But that really doesn't mean a lot because I've got so many. Like I said, I don't really know how many in total, but I've got a lot, as you can see. But yeah, that's a beautiful colour. What shade is this? Moonstone. Is this the lightest one they do? Does anyone know? And this one's really nice in satin. There's no texture with this at all, and that's what I really like from a highlighter. I mean, it's not the most beaming one, so if you want a beaming one, obviously stay away from them. I mean, Becca's gone out of business anyway. I believe you can get some of their Holy Grail products on Smashbox, and also you can get them at TK Maxx. That's where I got mine from. Next one is the OG, the Mermaid Lou-Maniser by the Balm. Had this ages, and it looks like it's going to be a similar shade. It is quite similar. That's that. Let's do this Dior one because I don't know if this is quite similar. There we go. So this one is in the shade 002. It's one of the Dior Skin Nude Air Lou-Manisers. And as you can see, I've done so well with it. Pit pan. I don't actually think this is like that. I think it's a lot like my Too Faced one. So yeah, definitely keeping that. So next up we've got Too Faced. I think it's called Blinded by the Light. Do you remember when these came out? They didn't do that well, did they not? So yeah, it's Too Faced. I mean, look at mine. It's Too Faced Love Light Blinded by the Light. It's so trashed at the back. But that's what mine looks like. Very used. The good thing about Too Faced is you get value for money. Just because they're very pressed in the pan. And no, they're not similar at all, the Dior one and the Too Faced one. Next up is the Maybelline Face Studio Chrome Extreme. There we go. It's just taking a bit to focus. This one's in Diamond Glow. And this one I do really like. I actually did a dupe against this and a OFRA highlighter because it's an old video. Next up are two MUA ones. I absolutely love these different coloured highlighters. So this one is in the shade Peach Diamond. There we go. And then I've got Pearlescent Sheen. This one's more blue toned. I didn't used to like highlighters like this, and now I've got quite a few. The others are in palettes. There we go. Oops. Actually, there's another one here by Gellar. And this one is so freaking stunning. This one is in the shade Diamond Dust. And this is pink leaning as well. And then we'll just do Cookie by Benefit and then we'll leave them. So we've got Cookie by Benefit. Look at that packaging, isn't it stunning? And this is how much I like it. And I haven't been using it just purely because I've been wanting to try my other highlighters. And I don't want to use it up too quickly because she's expensive. Like £27 expensive. But I mean I didn't pay for this one. My mum got it me for Christmas a couple of years back. But because I've used it now, I would actually buy another one. So let's just do one more, shall we? Let's do the OFRA. So we've got this OFRA one. This one is the Madison Miller collab and it's in the shade Moondance. And I've not really used this one that much, as you can see, but I do really like it. My problem is I've got too many highlighters. So I need to put some on chopping block. I don't just want to get rid of them for the sake of getting rid of them. I need to put some on chopping block and then, like I said, in December when I do another makeup declutter, we can get rid of some more. If I get rid of too much too soon, it's going to hurt my heart, I think, because I just think about all the money I've wasted. And even though it's not wasted, because I've obviously got use out of the product, you know, it just feels like it is to me. But let's show you what we've swatched so far. Right, so we've got the Becca one first, then we've got the Balm, then we've got Lou-Maniser by the Balm, then we've got the Dior one, then the Too Faced, then the Maybelline, then we've got those coloured ones. So the first one there where that like little red spot is, that's MUA, the second blue one is MUA, and then the third one is Gellar, and then these ones are, that one looks quite dark, that Benefit Cookie, but it's not that dark, especially not when it's blended in. And then we've got the OFRA Madison Miller one. So that's what they look like. Let's do some close-ups. So yeah, that's what they look like. And that's going out. There we go. Now we're just on the last 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay, so we've got this highlighter pearl one. I got this one from Poundland. I've got a feeling that this can go. Like with the other lighter shades, I'm having to build it up to swatch it. Right, and then I've got this one that Lisa got me a couple of years ago, which is going nowhere. I love this. It's a bit glittery. So it's the Moira Sun Glow Face and Body Highlighter, so it would look really, really good on your collarbone. This one is in 001 Sweet Champagne. I still like to use it on the cheekbones, and you can see how much I've loved on it with the hitting pan there. I mean, it's a big highlighter. I'm surprised I hit pan as quick as I did. And again, I'm trying to go around the snowflake. Me and my quirks. I would say it's more golden than champagne, which you should see that in a second. Then we've got MAC's Beaming Blush. I really like this, but I don't use it that much. That's what it looks like. And just bear in mind, I am doing free swatches, so some of them will look dark for my skin tone, but when they go on the skin they look beautiful. Otherwise I would be decluttering them. This is one I could probably pass up. It does have kind of a flip to it, and I've been keeping it for so long because a few like influencers say, oh, it's their favourite, it's their OG, who used to be Soph Does Life. She used to love this, and you can see I barely got any use out of it. I've really tried to love it, guys, but I don't want to have to force myself to love something, so it probably will end up going when we come to decluttering at the end. Yeah, I think it will. Then we've got this Revolution Goddess of Love. It actually says Goddess of Love, but then says Goddess of Faith. So how can it be both Goddess of Love and Goddess of Faith? I don't understand. Anyway, it's like that. This is really, really pretty. And then we've got two more Revolution ones, and then we're done. The next one is this one by Revolution. I got this last year, and this one is the I Heart Revolution Hot Chocolate Highlighter. Now I do really, really like this one, and I've got another one, and it's alright, guys. It's not the best. I keep them for packaging. I have to keep some things for packaging, and at Christmas I like to pull out cutesy packaging, and I thought I broke it. But yeah, we're definitely keeping that one anyway. It's this one, and this reminds me of Christmas so much with the candy cane snowflake, so I feel like I've got to keep it for that. And this one is the Sugar Cookie Highlighter. Look how pink that is. I mean, that's not highlighter on me. I don't know what possessed me when ordering it. Must have looked lighter on Revolution, that's for sure. You'll be able to see this when I show you the swatches in a second. It might pass off as a blush topper, yeah, so I'll put that in my blushes, or if I've got room for them I will, because I think that would pass off as a really nice good blush topper. So let me show you what I've done. Okay, so the first one is the one by Poundland, which I'll probably end up decluttering. Then we've got the Moira one. Can you see how glittery it is and how golden it is? Then I've got the MAC one. Then I've got the Topshop one, the one that I'm thinking of decluttering. Then I've got Goddess of Love or Goddess of Faith, whichever one, next to it. Then I've got the Revolution, sorry, there it is, the Revolution one with a snowman on, and then that one there is the one that I said would probably make a good blush topper. So that's all of the highlighters. So now it's time to count them up and declutter some. Okay, so let's count them up. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 27. So there's 27 highlighters here. Oh, and there's loads here as well. Hang on. Sorry about that, my phone was ringing and I've missed it now. Doesn't matter. So 2, 4, oh, I wasn't done, was I? Because I've got all these as well. Right, so I'm going to show you. So we're going all the way from there to over there, practically a full desk of highlighters. So let's count them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. Okay, so we've got 38 highlighters. So all I'm going to do is like just take the ones that I know I'm decluttering, it's pointless going through them again, and then we'll kind of figure out how many we've got. So that one's going. I did say I'm going to try this as kind of a bronzer, so like a bronze topper, but that one's going, that one's going. Is there any others? Yeah, there was a Maybeline one, wasn't that? Not that one. That one. That one. That one might be going in December, that Laura Gellar one. But I'm going to keep it for now. And I think that's it. Just looking around. This one's on chopping block as well, this Model Zone one. That's going to be on chopping block. So there's quite a few that's on chopping block, but the rest I'm keeping for the time being. Actually, no, let's get rid of this 17 Dazzle the Night, because I'm keeping the Primark one. So we're getting rid of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 38 I said, didn't I? So that means I've got 32 left without recounting them. So I've got rid of 6 highlighters and 2 bronzers. It's not kind of revolutionary or anything, guys, but it's better than nothing, isn't it? So let's put these to one side. And right, so these are the ones that I told you I was getting rid of. I've actually found these two in amongst the others, so we're actually getting rid of 8 highlighters, so it's not actually too bad. I can't remember how many I said I had now, because I think it was 38, so then we must be down to 30. If it's 38, we're down to 30, which maybe I'll do better in the winter. And we're getting rid of 2 bronzers, so in total I've got rid of 10 things, which isn't too bad. You know, it's not a ruthless declutter like it was with my eyeshadow palettes. But I feel like the more you've got of something, the more you don't mind passing things on. So yeah, these are all going. And this concludes the video now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, it really does help get my small channel out there. Share and comment. And if you're new here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I would massively appreciate it. And I will see you guys in my next one.